Welcome everyone. Today I would like to talk about the destiny of our destiny. Is it possible to change our destiny, our future? When we talk about the law of cause and effect, it's difficult to talk about it because we know that everything has been predestined. Now let's talk a little bit from a different angle about it. Let's talk about making bread. If we take the ingredients, let's say flour and salt and water, and put the bread into the oven, we can really predict what kind of bread is going to be, what kind of taste it's going to have and flavor, and how it's going to taste, and what is the color of it and the shape of it. We know that. And if we use on a regular basis every day the same ingredients, we can really predestine how it's going to be with the bread, how it's going to look like. Of course. So it's the same with our life. If we use only one type of consciousness in our life, we can really predestine what is going to happen. Now, what kind of consciousness, what kind of power of consciousness on a regular basis we use then? We use, it's called, from Hebrew into English, then direct translation, it's called the law of wisdom. The law of wisdom, or the power of wisdom, the consciousness of wisdom, whatever you like it. But it's wisdom, which is I am right, you are wrong, and I can really prove it to you. I have arguments, I have facts which stand behind me to prove it that I am right and you are wrong. And this is what we can really see in politics. One party says, we are right, we can prove it to you, you stole the money, you didn't manage the budget in a proper way, we do it much better, and we can prove it. And it's true, we can prove it. But the politics doesn't change. We've got the same problems. If we look at the history, we look at the past, we can see that nothing has really changed. The difference between the parties, between the countries is only who has more facts, who is more right. That's it. And if we are going to use only this type of consciousness, we are not going to change anything. And the same applies to our business. If I am going to sell a property, and there is a seller with whom I had met before at the notary office, of course, we talk a little bit, what are the points I should fulfill in the agreement. And let's say I fulfilled all of them, all the conditions I had been asked. And at the notary office, 5 minutes to 12, we say that. The buyer is saying, no, I am changing. I want you to take all the trash which is at the yard of the property which I'm going to buy from you. And also please take all the furniture which are inside. And if not, well, then I'm not going to pay you all the amount of money. So what then? What can we do it now? Can I really say that I am wrong? I said, listen, I've got the paper, I fulfilled everything, and I don't feel guilty about it. You are not right. You change everything. I am right, you are wrong. I have everything on papers. I have all the facts. I don't feel guilty about it. It's very difficult to change that. It's very difficult to manage this. And maybe I'm not going to sell the property. And I am not wondering, or maybe I am, why this is happening from time to time, that this type of people come to my life. Now, when we talk even deeper about it, 99.9% of our desires, all our desires, and then followed by the thoughts, are coming from this type of consciousness, the power of wisdom. Everything what I want to do, everything I'm going to be perceived by other people are based on this type of consciousness. I am right, they are wrong. Everything I do in my life is according to our facts. Look, my intention and my actions are right. They are wrong. they did it to me, I did everything perfect. That's the way we really think, we act, and our desires are like. And it's worth thinking about it. Now, so what is missing? So what is missing into the bread, I would say? What kind of ingredients is missing? If we add yeast, for example, to bread, the bread, of course, is going to be tasted in a different way. So what is the yeast, I would say? What is the ingredient in our life to change our destiny? It's a different type of consciousness. It's called, from Hebrew, direct into English, the power of mercy. The power of mercy. It's not mercy that I have a mercy on someone, that I have mercy on someone and I'm going to help this person. Not necessarily. Let's talk about the notary office again. Perhaps if I could say, please sit down to the gentleman, let's talk a little bit. And I have to admit, you are right. I really didn't think about it. I even didn't want to talk about it and think that I should clean the yard, that I should take the furniture. On the top of that, I could be afraid that maybe you would, if I agree to that, you would want more. Maybe you would let me to clean the windows. So I cannot agree to that, but you are absolutely right. We are gentlemen. Can we do it in a different way? Let's say I would really clean the yard in 3 days. We are just gentlemen, and I have to admit, yes, I should have thought about it. I should have talked to you about it. And I really shouldn't have had all these fears concerning that you are not coming to the notary office. But I cannot do that, right? It's so difficult to put this mercy, to put this consciousness into that business. It's so difficult. But if I did that, for sure the business would have gone through. And you know what? In politics, it's the same. All the politicians, they would have changed the world. They would have changed, provided that they would add one ingredient to their souls. What is it? It's the consciousness, is the power of mercy. Because if we add this ingredient, then we have two ingredients. And these two ingredients create the third one, new reality. It's called Tiferet. It's a new reality. A new reality gives us new future, different destination, I would say, of our life, and different destiny. But we are afraid of that. We are afraid of dealing with that, I would say. So it is worth just taking into the consideration the fact that there is a different type of consciousness. That there is a type of consciousness minus, which is Gvura, which is the wisdom. Then is plus, which is Chokhmah, which is the right side, which is also proton, electron, proton. And then is neutron, which keeps the atom together. But we only use one. We only use one of them. Therefore, the problems, the challenges are coming back. And therefore, our destiny is predestined. So we can change our life. And it's worth thinking about it. All the best.